yet another episode of the Unbiased show right here on the Kenyan. And we're so much thankful to everyone that watched, liked, shared, commented on our previous posts. It's amazing the way you guys did it for us. Clinton Care, big up show iko fiti sana. I'm saying Charity did that awesome. Jad Manyora, this is a nice show. Samuel Beko, big up sana. LA representing Mazi. You guys made the world for us last week and we're still doing this. This is the Unbiased Sports Show. My name is Jadiel Kabir and yes, I'm joined by the gang here. I'm with Sami Ogada and Owen. How was game week 1 for you guys on EPL? Owen, see, what was game week 1?
Okay, so game week 1 bana. First of all, big up to all Arsenal fans. Manze tumeanza ligi vizuri. Imeshika. We expect more. A bit sad on Tottenham's side. After all, North London is red, not white.
Before we get to talk about the games, how they were, I feel like we should talk about a little bit of what we are doing here in Kenya. And we saw CS Amina saying that sports are coming back. And she's quite pessimistic about bringing contact games.
Sports.
These are football, basketball, games that involve people hands-on. Do you think she made the right decision to say, hey, let's open up the gyms and games that don't involve contacts? And this is zingine zikae?
Mimi kwa hiyo naona angeifanya sooner cause yes, COVID-19 is here to stay. It's not like it haifekusuluhisha kila kitu. So hizo EPL ilianza before. As in, it's just a matter of kuweka kila nini mfollow kila rules. As in rules zikiwa EPL wachikini watu wanafuata rules. So how could resume nini haikuwa that much of a big deal.
You know Sami, what I got from her was that she hasn't even given the dates yet. Amesema tutafungua, but then ajapeana date.
Exactly.
Do you think she said anything actually?
It's not logical.
Bado hajasema like date. Unafaa kusema date kwanza ndio wazi. Nini?
Hizo prepare.
Because unajua amesema hivyo, but unaweza pata itafika place waseme hawajamit every nini, waseme
all the requirements.
Because unajua before patiane date hatuko sure itafunguliwa. Amesema hii ni ka possibility tu. Kuna possibility
I just looking at the curve when you come
exactly.
when you come when you come
just saying
in case you're wondering why Nyora, Mudo, they were here last week and they'll be coming in about some few. But then we have to also talk a little bit about some of the transfers that have been made. It's very key that we've seen Thiago coming from Bayern Munich to Liverpool. Do you think this is going to affect Liverpool in any way?
Yeah, it's going to have a huge impact because Thiago is a very capable player, but at first he'll have to be sidelined for like 1 or 2 games for him to get the rhythm of the Premier League, to see how things are done in this side.
Yeah, from Barcelona to
my thought on Thiago moving to Liverpool, hiyo itasaidia Liverpool because this season limeanza defense ya Liverpool
it's shaky.
Haiko cause so unaona Thiago akona big role to play on defense ya Liverpool because umechiki game ya kwanza the key players kwa defense ya Liverpool wote waliflop. Van Dijk, Trent, wote wameflop. So unachiki hiyo new signing itawasaidia kiasi.
You know Sami, what I'm getting from all this is that Manchester, you guys wanted to get him. What happened?
Unajua
what happened? I'm saying Manchester wants players, but then
mbona kufika hizi teams zingine ni kazi zinangojianga manu for recommendations. Wanaona manu wanadai kusign player, wanaona player ni deadly. Wanaenda Kierere wanachukua player. Wanajua huko kila kitu jamani, manu itakuwa untouchable. Players wote tunataka kuchukua tu hizi teams zingine zimekuja kuchukua tu out of our mouths. Hivyo tu. Tunataka kusign player.
So watu ni kama wanaangalia what you guys want and then they run for them because you guys know how to pick.
Exactly.
But you got what you wanted.
Exactly.
Donny, you got what you wanted.
Hakuna timu nyingine ilimkujia. hakuna time nyingine ngempea a better option than Manchester. Unajua transfer mfoi kuangalia tu ati
Hakuna Arsenal.
unajua hadi player has a very big role kwa transfer. Mnaweza taka kusign player na player hataki. Hakuna kitu mtadu. Mnaweza kuwa na the money na player anataka
but don't agree the personal terms.
Exactly. Player hataki hiyo team because unajua ni team ya ufala.
Let's talk a little bit then about Bale. Do you think Bale is going to be the Bale in Tottenham?
Yeah, definitely. Because alikuwa hiyo team kitambo na akikuja bado anaweza nini kwa fit bado kwa team.
Do you think there's someone that will be sidelined in Tottenham now that Bale
is around?
Yeah.
I think is Lamela still in Tottenham really? But Bale will make a huge impact. And of course people will be sidelined. Because he has something to prove.
Because he's Bale.
And coming from Real.
Yeah.
He really has something to
whenever
prove.
a player comes up, some other players need to check themselves out.
Of course. You need to up your game.
Because
unaona
competition, man.
The way Van de Beek amekuja Man U, kuna a very big discussion on who ata replace hapo kwa mid. It's either Pogba ama Bruno. But unajua Bruno is bench.
Matic.
So lazima Ole ajue vile ataplay Bruno, ataplay Pogba na Van de Beek hapo katikati. Because Van de Beek ni player defensive midfielder. Ndio anaweza attack na bado atarudi.
Speaking of players and competition, FIFA rankings are here.
Yeah, the FIFA rankings.
Did you expect what you saw Messi, Cristiano checking the lead? Did you expect them to be still on the lead for years and years now, or do you think there's someone else that should have been at 1, 2, 3?
In that aspect, not really, because they've been the top 2 performers in recent decades.
Yeah.
And there'll still be those performers until they eventually retire. We'll have to accept it when Mbappe, Haaland, they rise up to the task.
Yeah.
To challenge Neymar.
It doesn't come easy.
Yeah, it doesn't come easy.
It never comes
takes
easy.
years.
But the top 2 sports hakuna vile sit out any.
Yeah.
Sit out.
Though they lost 1 point each.
Yeah.
In their
Actually,
ratings.
my most rating nimeona poa. James ratings zake zimepanda kiasi. Kwa pace amepanda kiasi. Alafu pia I have to give it to Liverpool. Liverpool wako na 3 players top 3 ratings.
The top 10.
Top 10 ratings.
And they're doing really well.
Very well. So but sasa unaona wako na Salah, wako na Van Dijk
and
wako na
Alexander.
But for Van Dijk naona hii season itakuwa ngumu kwa wake. Itakuwa
Itabidi.
Kwanza game ya kesho yenye anacheza na Chelsea. Acha tuone vile ataperform hapo. Because hapo nao
before tufike kesho wacha tupige rewind to EPL. Arsenal versus Fulham, you guys saw it coming.
Yeah, I saw it coming. I predicted it.
Very comfortable win.
Hata leo mtu atakula 5.
Very comfortable win.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Is there something that was outstanding in that game, something that you didn't see coming?
It was expected.
It was expected.
Really.
Kwanza unaona alizini passes. Sasa Arsenal wana lead na most completed passes.
Yeah.
They held their end.
At the top of the table.
They held their end.
But then someone said we should watch Arsenal and see if they will surprise us this season. But then
we will.
It's too early.
No.
It's never too early. It's never too early.
Some games have not
too early. It's too early.
First, some games
exactly.
Man City has not been played.
Hadi sitacheza. So it's too early kwanza kusema nani atatoka. But ni sawa. Tunacheza leo.
Palace Southampton.
Tunacheza leo.
Crystal took it. That was a very good game.
Yeah, Zaha stepped up.
Yeah,
so I'm expecting Manchester United not to get it easy when it comes to Crystal Palace.
We are not
looking at their last games, their last 3 games. I think you won 3, lost 1. So Palace are not going to be an easy target.
For me, hii game na come niko confident cause as in the possible lineup yenye iko ni strong. Van de Beek anaweza anza. na unaweza anza hapo kando na Pogba. Kuna possibility wataanza hapo na Pogba.
Sami, what you are wearing a Manchester
Kuna possibility. So that
unasikiza huyu msee anasema it's not going to be easy. It's not ABC.
This is the Premier League, my guy.
Yeah.
Me first mistake man ishinde cause tumeshinda home na nini. Kwanza tunacheza home now. So kama home tumewashinda mara.
But you see, I don't think home now is
that home advantage
because there are no fans.
Yeah,
you
don't have
fans.
hata si mbona acha na mbona fans guard.
So it's just
na ile
bragging rights.
Uko home.
Exactly.
Uko home. I know this thing. This is my thing.
Kuna ile comfortability players wanakuanga nao wakiwa home. As in hawezi taka ku lose. Unajituma msee. Unajituma ile hapo yote.
Ili pride.
Exactly.
I can't accept to lose
at the end of the league. Watu wanaangalia games ngapi mmeshinda home.
This is why I love football.
Exactly. Games ngapi mmeshinda home. Unajua mkiona games mob mmeshinda home watu wana sasa hadi mkienda away nini itawafanya mshinde na kama mmeshindwa home.
No, by the way, football teams are just like dogs. A dog when it's at home, very little. Unaweza umizwa. But lakini kiwa nje, budo utaikika. Story ishi hapo.
Liverpool was Leeds. My guy, this was a game that put me on the edge of my seat.
Heart-pounding thriller.
This was a game and a half.
Hata kama Liverpool alishinda, for me nilipatia Leeds hiyo game.
Niliwapea.
Mudha was here and Mudha was saying we should watch Leeds. And Mudha was here in about some few. He was saying we should watch Leeds. Even though Salah got his hat-trick, his penalties. Do you think it was just an easy game for Liverpool considering the penalties that they got?
Liverpool never expected Leeds to put up such a fight. You see, Leeds came from the Championship. Yeah. They won it. Maybe they might even want to pull a Leicester on us and maybe top the table at some point.
Yeah. But I knew there's a but coming.
Yeah. It's a very big but. They are not used to the Premier League.
Kitu nataka kila mtu I think. Kama Leeds inaweza peleka Liverpool mbio hivyo. Liverpool being one of the top teams. Liverpool haikuagi mchezo. Ile game as in for me hizo penalties zilisaidia
Liverpool sana.
A big deal. Penalties zilisaidia Liverpool. But ulicheki game nini bao zote Leeds walikuwa wanafunga ni bao za kujitafutia. Wanafungwa defense ya Liverpool design nyingine yenye hadi we expect
open sesame.
Van Dijk ili inakuanga wall.
I must say we'll have to watch and see how things unfold, but then it was an easy game for Leicester against West Brom. I feel like that was an easy game. What do you think?
A very simple game for Jamie Vardy, top scorer.
Kwanza Vardy alikuwa anacheza kwa too simple.
Wolves versus Sheffield.
I had my eyes on Wolves and I knew Jimenez will never fail me, never. And they did it. Yeah. It was expected.
I guess that's one of the pointers that we should watch out for when Manura comes and speaks about FPL. Because he's quite excited about it. We'll have to talk about that. But then Chelsea versus Brighton. I feel like it was not that easy for Chelsea in that game as much as they took the lead. They got their 3 points. What do you think about that game?
They had the players. They had all the chances to win it with a big margin. But all in all, they got the 3 points. Chelsea, but they could do better.
Chelsea, they had very many walikuwa na opportunities mob, but zenye hawakuweza kuziconcede.
Andy on YouTube, he was saying that we don't have someone that is supporting Chelsea here. Andy, please. Come to this show.
Joe.
So that my phone is actually falling because of you. Come join us. Support your guys.
Support the Blues. Kuja, umekaribishwa. Come
PSG, my guy.
PSG,
they've lost their opening 2 games to League One.
PSG may have a very, very slow start.
Yeah, their players, we don't know if they'll come back.
Very slow start.
We highly doubt that. But then something that outstood not only in PSG was the game in Bundesliga for Bayern Munich and
Bayern Munich is the team. Bayern Munich is the team.
You saw 8 goals flowing within the 90 minutes. And I'm like, that was a game and a half. What do you think about that game?
Inaitwa
iko na moto. Ni moto sana.
we inaitwa
Moral.
statement, ku make
You
statement
know,
mse.
when you have a BMW and you stand next to people with bicycles.
Exactly.
You can't just go far.
kwanza league na -8. Mwanza nishago nasikiaje mse.
Manze negative.
8.
I feel for them. I
Yes,
feel for
it
them.
is.
Have you ever
Yes,
watched a
yes,
game
yes.
and then you started supporting a team that is because you know how tough the road will be?
Lakini bana
You sympathize
nakwanga
with them.
Yeah.
bana
It's not even supporting, it's sympathy.
It's just sympathy because that was a thorough beating. Hiyo ni unyama bana.
dominance.
I feel like we should have like a rule that says ukishafika 5-0
Game
Acha
ishe.
game-
As in
Junane zi.
hiyo inafaa mnaangalia team
Ni aibu.
hadi wako hadi na kupunguza machozi man. Walitoka tu akilia tu.
nakumbuka tukiwa watu wengi nilikuwa ukienda kucheza FIFA ya machozi na mata sana.
Lazima ufunge hiyo moja, utajipiga kifua.
Ukipigwa kiende hadi
Ukicheza
kumi.
ukicheza FIFA unahitaji tu moja
Hadi
ya machozi.
moja manze. Moja tu yenyewe ikujustify. Hadi kayo ni pale itakujustify.
Let me now bring Mudho and Manyor. We talk about FPL. I guess they're going to give us their predictions for this game week 2, and then we will talk about NBA because Mudho is quite optimistic and he says, Kenya, we've got places to go. We're talking about that in the council. Let's bring them in.
Hapa.
Alisema Man City itakuja number 1 this season, Liverpool itakuja number 2, Leicester itakuja number 3. Wambui Nganga, keep it guys, thank you so much. Savile Victor anasema yes sir. I'm seeing Steve Majua show ni kali. Manyora mkuu na kucheki bro. I'm seeing Miles Gechumu ametuma moto Kevin Roitele, Lewis Nderitu, Adrian Mulwa, Ken Rakimu li comment. Ako hapo. You know there are people that don't subscribe and then go ahead, subscribe, like, share. We love you guys.
Alafu your subscribers button I post anything man. Tunapata views, thanks for the views man. Thanks for sharing. Muendelee kushare lakini eka tu hiyo subscribe.
Alafu one more thing. Kama umewatch video hadi point. Nicole na kutumia credo. Kama umewatch hadi
Amewacha kwa na credo.